Hello, Umut here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to open with very exciting news. We partnered with Arteza to do a giveaway of this amazing 60 color acrylic paint set. You know, I work with them and I really like their products. They are artist quality and you will have all these beautiful colors all in one set. It's a great set to do any project and I love my acrylics, you know it. So you will get these 22 ml tubes that is inside the box in 60 colors. So probably after this you won't need any more colors. So I will show you quickly. These are the blues, some reds, some blacks and grays, and there is also metallics like silver, gold, copper. And these are the lovely pinks and purples, two sets of greens, which is lovely. Then there is another set of browns and dark reds, and the other is more earth colors. So these are the reds, and there is a magenta there. And here are the yellows and some other oranges. And there is another set of white and lighter yellows. And finally some browns and dark browns in this little one. So it comes with this beautiful box and these little trays, so it's very nice and neat to store as well. I will write all the conditions to participate down below at the description area. Please read carefully and do all the steps. You need to follow me, of course, subscribe, like this video and leave a comment down below so that I can choose one of the commenters. You also need to follow Arteza on their Instagram account. You can see up on the screen their Instagram account. I started my art journal, by the way, by putting gesso on my page, and while I do that I will keep talking. This giveaway will last 1 week, so 5th of April it will end, and I will announce the winner on the description area. When I have the winner, don't forget to check your comments if I replied on the 6th of April. And please follow the description area if you want to see the winner, because I get questions who won it, so I will announce it here. It takes a bit of time to organize things, so be patient, but if you want to see, it will be there. And while I talked, I finished my gessoing, and this is the gesso I used, Winsor & Newton. I use gesso because I will use these beautiful acrylic paints, of course, from Arteza, and I wanted to have an easy background, easy surface to work on. That's why I gessoed my pages this time. I'm going to have a nice bright background this time with some yellows and oranges, so I picked up a couple of shades of orange and maybe a little darker to create my background. These paints are really pigmented and they are heavy body, so you can get a lot out of them actually just using a little. I'm also using water to water down a little bit and easily move them around the page, and gesso helps a lot. If I didn't gesso this page, I wouldn't be able to move it around so easily, so keep that in mind. If you want to know more about acrylic paints, I have a beginner's video that I've done a while ago, so I will link it down below at the description area as well, and I will put a card up here on the right corner as well, so you can watch it and have more idea about acrylics. I chose a little bit darker orange as well, like burnt orange, and I mixed all these colors to create a beautiful background, and I splashed some water before my paint is dry and wipe it off with my paper towel to create a nice texture at the background as well. This is a method that I love a lot. And I'm going to use sky blue because I want a quite dramatic contrast over the orange, and for orange, blue is the best contrast. I just put a little on my jelly plate, and I'm just creating a texture going over this with this little silicone tool, but you can use the back of a brush easily. And I'm just going to press it on the borders. So my plan is to have a nice border with this jelly plate, and I love the unexpected look of it, so I think I will use this technique many more times. One important thing is make sure your page is completely dry before you use blue over orange, because these are opposite colors, and it will create quite a nasty brown, like a mud color. And actually in a moment you will see that I was impatient and I created a mud myself, but I will show you at the same time. I won't cut and edit these parts because I want to show you how to correct those mistakes as well. You will see now that I will this is baby wipe, so it's wet, and the blue was wet, and apparently the back of it was a little bit wet, so I made a mud out of it, and it's quite an ugly color because it was all not dry. I gave up. I finished the rest of my border, and I will come back to that to correct that corner. As you see, I'm not so precious about it. I'm just pressing this blue wherever I see, just leaving it at the border. And you can use the last drop of it. I really like it. And now let's clean this mess. I took a baby wipe again, and I will clean it as much as possible. If it's not wet enough to move from your page, you can always use gesso, cover it up, go over it again with orange, dry it well, and go over it again with blue. There is always a rescue, so don't panic, and just do your best to cover it up. So after I clean it, I will use again the same colors. I will just give the texture with a wet baby wipe, and then I will dry really well to have my blue border over it. There is still a little bit brown, but I know that I will press the blue and I will cover it anyway. The good thing is acrylics are very opaque, so it's also easy to cover your mistakes. Now that I managed to cover that, I'm going to do some stamping. This is a Stampendous stamp which has music notes, and I'm showing you the number of the stamp because it doesn't have a name, for you to be able to find it on Google or your stores, online stores that you shop from. But there are a lot of music note stamps. I'm using archival ink in sepia to just stamp at the background to have some interest. And here is my background. I really love it. I love the contrast, how dramatic it is. Now I'm going to have my focal image stamped. This is one of my favorite stamp sets that I own. It's hummingbirds from Stampendous. It also has a stencil, but I'm not going to use the stencil today. They also have die cuts to make things easier, but I find it quite expensive to buy the die cuts together as well. So I only bought the stamps, and if I need to cut it, I will just fussy cut it. It will take a little bit time, but for me it's better than buying the dies. I'm using my archival black ink to just stamp my image on the two corners of my pages carefully. Whenever it doesn't stamp so well, it stamps a little, so I know the lines, and I use my marker, which has a thin tip, to go over it and renew these lines. So I tried a couple of greens to see which ones I can use. Again, I'm warning you, you need to have a dry color at the back, because green with orange will not agree again. I chose a darker green color to be able to cover the colors at the back. And I will just go over all the leaves to give them the first layer of color. This is again an opaque color. That's why I'm not having a difficulty having this green color over all these other colors. But also it pretty much covers the lines. But I'm not worried about it. I can always draw them back, or I can have another thing which I will show you. Now coming to the flowers, I wanted to color them white, so I have white acrylic paint on my desk, and I'm going to go over them. Not to bore you, I'm not showing it all. We have two images here and it's the same, so I'll show only one of them. Again, when the lines are covered, I will replace them. While I color the center of the flowers yellow, I'm going to also tell you, you see some symbols on these paints because they are artist quality, and the 3 pluses mean it's very good in light fastness, which means the colors will remain as they are. They won't go pale for a very long time. For artists who do paintings, this is important. And the little square where you see half of it dark, half of it transparent, means this paint is semi-transparent. If it is fully dark, it means it's opaque, and if it's fully transparent, that square, it means it's a transparent paint. So you can know better now your paints, what is their feature and what you will get out of them. In the meantime, I used also orange to have some lines in my flowers, so that I have now cohesiveness between the background, which is orange, and my flowers more because I have some orange in them. And to give some lighting and not make them flat, I'm using some yellow and light green over my leaves to give them some highlights. Imagine we were doing white highlights with our gel pen, white gel pen always. Now I'm doing it with some yellows and light greens over the leaves. This way they won't look flat at all, and in nature the leaves are hardly one color anyway. So now again another favorite stamp set is butterflies from Stampendous, and I'm going to take out the little butterflies from here and stamp them over a piece of cardstock with my archival ink. This is just for details to complete the page. I want the flowers to stand out and be my focal points. But I love these butterflies, and it will be nice details. I'm just looking which color I should use, and here I can show you. This is my color chart for the 60 colors Arteza paints, and this is what you will be getting. And I'm going to color them with again the paints, and more or less I will stick to the same tones. I colored one in red, but I didn't like it, it's too much, so I'm going to leave one yellow. I will use one light green. I think the rest of it is a little bit dark, so lighter tones will stand out more. So I will color this one yellow as well. Later you will see that I will give some shadowing using my Faber-Castell pit brush markers. I fussy cut them, and now I'm going around the edges with my black Faber-Castell marker for the white edges to disappear. And as I said, I'm just using a darker color of Faber-Castell markers to make them more interesting, making them not flat, giving a little bit shadowing. And after that I'm going to stick them a little bit with a dimension, so I'm using my 3D foam tape for them to be a little bit dimensional. After I stick it, I'm giving the legs and antennas back to my butterfly. It's like she's standing on the sleeve. I will stick the orange one on this one, and I will have the other two on this corner of my page. I'm going to give some of the lines back because I colored it with acrylics. It was covered. So I am going around and seeing where I should draw them back so that they are more visible. And afterwards it's time for the sentiment. Because this is a very bright and happy page, I will use this set, which is a gemstone alphabet by Inkadinkadu. It's super cute, and believe it or not, I never used it. It's in my stash for years. It has little dots inside, and I love the shape of the letters. And I will simply write smile because this page makes me smile with its bright colors. And inside these dots I will use my white gel pen to make this sentiment more prominent and visible. And as you see, it makes a big difference. So instead of giving highlights, it's already ready to give these white dots. And of course, you can imagine with these white flowers, I'm going to make a lot of white splashes. I'm using watered down acrylic paint and my fan brush to do these splashes. If you want a lot of splashes, this fan brush is really good. And a little bit more detail, I wanted to use stickles in the center of my flowers to have some interest and a little bit sparkle. So I chose tangerine color, I think. It says orange slice. And finally, because I have black lines, I decided to have a little black frame around the edges of my page with my marker. And that's all. I think I am finished. I really love the colors of the page. It's so happy. I hope you are having a good weather wherever you are, or even this lifts our mood when we use colors like this. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to enter the giveaway, leaving a comment down below. I will make a random draw at the end of 5th of April and leave a comment to the winner on 6th of April. And don't forget to subscribe and give a big thumbs up to this video if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck to you if you are entering the giveaway, and see you next time.